So I have a pretty unique life story, and I didn't think it was unique until actually a few days ago. I was speaking with a woman, and she said, "You definitely didn't lead a traditional life." And I didn't really think about that. I went professional in the sport of triathlon at the age of 14 and spent the next 22 years of my life racing it at different levels, but always as a professional. And I'm really grateful for my time in the sport. For a couple of years, it was my job. Actually, more than a couple of years, a good 10 years, it was my job. It brought me my husband, brought me my life in the United States. It just was such a gift. And after retiring last year, after the passing of my mother, I kind of fell into professional organizing after some advice I got from my mom before she passed. So I'm really grateful for that, because I don't know that I would have found the profession without that little nudge from her. My mom died on July 4th of last year, and I pretty much knew immediately that I wanted to depart from the sport of triathlon. And I spent the next few months trying to kind of fall back and live with it. And my husband was my coach at the time, and he was so gentle with me over those next few months and really supportive emotionally. And there was a race in Augusta, Georgia, and my sponsors were really supportive, and I said, "I'm gonna try and race here." It was a half Ironman, and we went, and Jared said, "You know, there's no pressure to race. If you wake up on race morning and you wanna go for breakfast instead of racing, we'll do that." And I was overcome with so much anxiety the night before the race, and woke up on race morning, and I really realized that I did not have to race. I did not have to do it. And I knew that that was 100% it. I was done. I knew that I was finished with that chapter of my life. And it's a super surreal moment when you drive to race morning and you go and pick up your bike and your shoes and drive back to Florida instead of towing the start line. But I had absolute clarity in that moment that that was my life path. When it comes to things that I do, my work, I take it really, really seriously. So I live and breathe organizing right now. So that's what I think about when I wake up, and it's what I think about until I go to bed. And so that's just that mindset I have as an athlete, that work ethic for sure, of just being willing to do the hard work that it takes to be amazing at what you do. The number one feeling that people describe to me when they call is they're unbelievably stressed a lot of times. It's sort of like, how quickly can you come here and fix it? And so the problem that I'm often solving for people is taking a chaotic home and making it peaceful. And a lot of times I'm reclaiming their home. I'm helping them take their home from what can kind of feel like a chaotic storage unit and turn it back into their home again. And that's a real honor, because when we go through life transitions, we accumulate clutter and things get messy and things get disorganized. And if I can come in and provide some structure and some organization and some tips, and help that process get started and teach them organizational skills in the process to help it stay that way, that's such a gift and such a blessing for me to be able to do that for my clients. The whole process, I want them to feel completely supported. And if they're in my full service, they're gonna have a concierge experience, which is essentially I take care of it all. I do the shopping, I do the measuring, I make sure everything fits perfectly, and I show up at your door, and by the end of the day, your space is going to look absolutely beautiful and organized in a way that makes sense to you and your family. The best way to connect with me is to reach me on Facebook. You can go to facebook.com/tryorganizing. You can also go to my website, www.tryorganizing.com. I have a contact form, and I'll be in touch with you within 24 to 48 hours to get set up with an assessment for you.